Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading that's really going to be for all signs. And what we're going to concentrate on is soulmate type energy. Like, where is my soulmate? Some of you are feeling that there's energy coming towards you. Some of you already know who your soulmate is. Now this could also relate to twin flames, so I just want to let you know that. So, what are they going through? What are you going through? Advice for them, advice for you. We're going to do two different sides. We're going to do them and you, and then we'll connect you. One of my favorite ways of doing a reading, because I feel like we're getting all perspectives in that way, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for clarity. We're looking for answers. So, let's go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a little bit of a longer reading, but I feel like they need to be, we'll see. I don't know why I'm predicting it's going to be a longer reading, but alright, we're going to go ahead and get into this. So, all signs, just trust your intuition. I feel like for a lot of you, it's your intuition that guided you here, so trust in that. Alright, so we're going to use Mother Mary for both. Because I feel like, you share this connection, so this is probably for both of you. Alright, let's begin. Just clear your mind. Okay, well, we got 3. 4. We have watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. I feel like it's also relating to your relationship, or the potential of a relationship. Like it kind of feels divine. Like meant to be, already written in the stars. Now you do have free will. They have free will. So that can, determine the timing of something. Anyways, great energy. We have self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Self-respect. We have Jesus. Well, now we know it's a divine connection. I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. And last but not least is be strong. Be strong. I feel like it's coming from Jesus. Be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. I pull myself up and I do what needs to be done. Okay, and that's going to relate in different ways to different people, and that's okay. We have a lot of different people here. We have people from all over the world. Welcome. But I feel like, but in the same breath, we're all going through similar type experiences. Some of us, have been in that period of where are you, and some of us are now entered, into a union. I'm hoping that for all of you. So, anyways, I'm going to stop talking. Let's go ahead and get into this. So, for one side, and I'm just going to call it their side, though you may fall on this side. Again, trust your intuition. I feel like you'll know. And if you have to, really, really question it, then maybe, maybe you're on this side or what have you. So anyways, we're going to use the Psychic Tarot. And then for what I'm calling your side, we're going to use the Light Seers. Okay? But let's start with the Psychic Tarot. Actually, I'm going to put them up there. Everything's pre-shuffled, guys. I just like to shuffle with you here. Alright, all signs, love, Remember, we're in a universal year 7, which is spiritual completeness. And because we're doing a love reading, I have a feeling, I just have a feeling, and I said this back in January, that I have a feeling a lot of soulmates are really going to connect this year. Doesn't mean like, you know, then we're committed this year. Maybe. Remember, next year is universal year 8, and that speaks of new beginnings. So there may be a new beginning with someone. Let's see. Alright. I'm like, did I cut these? I don't know. So we're going to do it again. Alright. I'm going to shuffle for the cards. So, what's going on in their lives? Okay, well, that flew off the table. We have spiritual strength. Spiritual strength. It's interesting because it's like energy being held up. You know, 9, about the final reflection. So I do feel like someone is finding their spiritual self, which makes complete sense, again, in a universal year 7. I definitely feel at the same breath that there is energy of darkness. And when I say darkness, it can just mean like, you know, I wasn't living, or I'm not living an authentic life. What feels like my authentic life. I feel like this person's being protected spiritually. And that's maybe one of the reasons watched over. Now, I feel like that's for everyone. But I definitely feel that energy. Okay. 9, final reflection. We have discontentment and boredom, the 4 of Cups. I'm going to bring the lid down. We have the Empress, fertility. Interesting. You know, one message I'm picking up is I feel like there is like a single mother, or maybe she's not single, but I feel like because I feel like as this Empress over here, I feel like I've been holding the household together, let's say. It's through my energy that, you know, something even exists. And I feel like the Empress is reflecting upon that. You know, remember, Empress it's a higher vibration. This is someone who's very open, doesn't close her heart. And I kind of love that there's like this deep reflection, especially spiritual reflection. So I feel like this person is like making a decision of, I have a feeling, whether they stay or go within something. 4 of Cups right between them, discontentment and boredom. The Empress does not like to be bored, right? The Empress is such a creative type energy. It's like her chakras are being activated one by one. One by one. Okay? We have destiny. This is the wheel. Coming under spiritual strength. And then look at this. We have deception and envy coming under the 4 of Cups. Discontentment and boredom. You know, first of all, the Four Cups, its message is use your spiritual discernment as it relates to anything that's coming into your life or exiting your life. Remember, sometimes to have that new beginning, something may have to close. That's probably why we have a 9 opening this side, like the final reflection. And I feel like someone's just realizing, like, I don't feel like they feel they're living their authentic life. You know, maybe their creativity is being stifled. I'm not feeling like someone who's resentful. Anything like that. Like this judgment that I'm making, it's just my life. I'm looking at my life. And I'm, from that energy, I feel like making a decision. Again, you know, the wheel can speak of movement. Sometimes the wheel, you know, is not moving. And, you know, with the 9 right below it, first of all, 9, 10, progression. It feels important. You know, I feel like this person is someone who, you know, before I leave something, I'm going to give it all I have. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? And listen, maybe it worked in the beginning, but I feel like this is probably talking about a relationship that is, let's just say, probably ending. And then we have the 7 of Swords. Deception and envy. Under that 4 Cups. I don't know whose motor that is. Anyways, deception and envy. It's funny, if you put the 7 and the 4 together, you have the 11. And to me, a lot of times I signify 11s with twin flames also. So I do feel like we're covering all areas. Alright. We have, look at that. So I was feeling it correctly. This person is deciding. You know, first of all, that's why I felt like I don't feel like regret anything like that, because the Fool, this is the Fool, doesn't carry the past energy with her or with him. This is energy being free and clear. So, you know, it makes sense that the Empress would take time to like really reflect upon it, but I feel like ultimately what he or she is finding is, you know, dissatisfaction within their own life. Hello, Fool. This is doing something about it, and it's interesting because it's mirroring the Wheel. Almost like I feel like I'm destined for something, but it's not coming. Alright, we have material and spiritual prosperity. Beautiful. We'll take it. You know, interesting how I felt like the Empress's creative side was kind of being like stifled in a way. And listen, maybe, you know, I had other responsibilities, but again, I feel like something opens up, you know, after this reflection. And I feel like, you know, as long as the Empress makes that decision, you know, to move into the Fool's energy, that means a new path. It's interesting, I spoke about next year's energy already. So, you know, a new beginning. And I think I even said that. Like, that's what 8s represent, a new beginning. And then we get the card. Oh, it's not that card. The card, new beginning. Material and spiritual prosperity. We have the spiritual. The Empress definitely has the ability to have material success, no doubt. We have the Wheel, which speaks of, I feel like, you know, soul's desires. And the Fool is allowing that wheel to start moving again. You know, I feel like someone dealt with someone who, listen, deception and envy. Maybe someone was envious of this person's creativity or even just their demeanor. You know, because when I think of the Empress, I think of someone that doesn't mean I'm not going through a hard time, right? But I've learned that the best way to deal with it is to reflect upon it, like find the root of the cause and then deal with it. And I feel like that's what the Empress does. Also with the Fool there, it's like I'm not bringing past energy with me. So, you know, some of you or them, this could even be like a new business, a new way. It's like, I feel like your creativity, this person's creativity, as soon as they jump into the Fool's energy, it's like boom, like no holds bar. So I feel like everything starts flowing. Maybe that's why I'm feeling like the chakras are being activated. We shall take it. Alright, I'm going to put it over here though, because I don't want to take a whole lot of cards. You know, we don't have enough room. Alright, we have the waiting game on the bottom of their deck. The waiting game. Interesting. Maybe the Empress gave someone plenty of time. That was the King of Cups, by the way. I'm going to look under that. Six of Cups. Listen, I feel like if this person was waiting for change, let's say from another person, it didn't come, even if it was promised, but it didn't come, or I know it's not gonna, you know, I know it's not gonna happen, and I definitely feel that's again why the Fool's energy is here. You know how I felt this person, like I felt dark. Well, I feel like that's why the Seven of Swords is here. So I feel like that darkness I feel is another's energy. And with the Empress's chakras being activated, I don't feel like she could live in that energy. So, alright, interesting. Didn't want to pick up again. Oh, King of Wands, different king though. We're going to take it. Can be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But other than that, let's just talk about the energy. So this is the King of Action. This is someone who takes action. This is someone who moves, you know, according to their desires, their passions. You know, we can see the lion right behind him. And he has no fear of it. So I feel like this is someone who has balance within themselves. I don't know why I'm really noticing his red shirt. Look at this with the Hangman, but it's in reverse. So someone's had an awakening. Interesting how I feel like the Empress's chakras are being activated, and over here someone has had a spiritual awakening. I don't get the Hangman in reverse very often, I have to say, and you know, it only makes sense. It's interesting because I feel like this king is like, I had to go to the underground to have this awakening. So maybe I had to go deep to really understand my own life. We have the Emperor, card of Aries. I don't know whose motor is that. Just alright, but I don't want to stop the reading. Look at that. We have the King of Wands. Now we have the Queen of Wands. And they're attached. Interesting, this Queen is like pointing back here. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. They both have both sides have the Seven of Swords in the same position. This Seven of Swords has the Four of Cups above it. Discontentment, boredom, using one's spiritual discernment. This Seven of Swords has the Hangman in the awakening state. Could be the same person. And maybe, you know, I almost feel like the Empress is like, you know, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. And I do feel like she's like setting herself free. I'm saying she, it can be he. Remember, you know, how can it be he? It's the Empress. Well, it's just someone who receives like inspired epiphanies and has learned to listen to them. You know, receives signs and is learning to really listen to them and flow with them. You know, understanding that, first of all, I felt right in the beginning that this is someone who just felt like they weren't living their authentic life. But the Empress is not allowing that energy to weigh her down. Quite the opposite, because I feel like in the Fool's energy, I do feel like she's setting herself free. And I feel like one of the reasons is because, you know, what's ever going on here, this could be past, this could even be past lives. It could be a past relationship and, you know, this is what was going on. Deception and envy, you know, it doesn't, like a lot of people say, it means they're cheating. It doesn't have to mean they're cheating. It's just energy that definitely would make you uncomfortable. Definitely, you know, it's like, are you lying? Are you telling the truth? It's too hard to tell anymore. But this Seven of Swords has the Hangman in reverse. Interesting, I just realized we have the Empress and the Emperor in the same position. This is why I love doing tarot. You know, like, it just always amazes me. Alright, we have the Two of Swords. And then we have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, Three of Cups is celebrations. It's something to celebrate. It's the energy of joy. You know what? I didn't even pick out what cards I was going to clarify with. That's weird. Well, let's go ahead and use the Gilded Tarot. Jeez. Alright, what's going on here? Cards are out of control. Yeah, it's Queen of Wands looking right over at the Fool. And she's like, it's almost like purposely making us look in that direction. Two Swords, I kind of feel like may belong to this Queen. Two Swords can be like, you know, not wanting to face something. Could be the Emperor. You know, Emperor represents Aries. The leader, someone that we normally can look up to. But this Emperor is producing the Two of Swords. You know, as it goes for love readings, I love seeing the Empress and Emperor come out in a reading together. And I find it amazing that they're in the exact same position on each side, and they each have the Seven of Swords in the exact same position. You know, I feel like this Two of Swords, this could talk about, you know, someone who, you know, they did wear that blindfold. Sometimes I do feel the Emperor is someone who could be like overbearing. Not always. Let's give them a cut and let's connect them. They're already connected, but let's connect them with the Gilded Tarot. And we're going to go right in between. Jesus. We have the Hermit. Hermit's in reverse. Card of Virgo. Or Virgo's major arcana. This is about reflection. You know, this could simply state, because we do have the Hangman in the awareness state, that someone has, you know, I've gone through the dark night of the soul, each having that Seven of Swords. You could talk about two people who have gone through very similar experiences, and each having to find, like, be strong, right? Self-respect. What else is up there? Jesus, and being watched over. So anyways, interesting. Look at my deck. You know, I have my whole deck in reverse. So I'm going to turn the cards around. Okay, so the Hermit. And then came out the Seven of Swords. It's interesting because the Lantern, the Hermit's illuminating the King, you know, this side. And this side is having an awakening. You know, maybe this side has already had it, is already, like, I already feel pretty strong within my spirituality. And now I'm looking at my life through like a spiritual lens. And then the Hermit's, you know, Lantern is moving in this direction. Very interesting. Seven of Swords is the energy. Interesting, we have these two sevens here. That does speak about, you know, the feeling of needing to defend oneself. We have the Nine of Wands. We're getting a lot of nines. To me, that means that many people, because I feel like there's many people here in, you know, again, different situation, like you're in different parts of it. But these reflections, you know, the Nine of Wands would definitely go with be strong, because the Nine of Wands, I'm looking at, you know, my responsibility. I feel like the Nine of Wands is the energy of becoming stronger, not weaker. And then look at this, we have the Ten of Wands. Well, one thing, oh, we have another card. I don't know when that came out. We have the Page of Swords. You know, I feel like if this is talking about an old relationship, I feel like it's kind of giving us an eye into why. Excuse me, I almost feel like it had to end. And I do feel like, because first of all, I'm living it. Sometimes, you know, we do meet someone in our younger years and it doesn't work out at that time, but then, you know, it comes back together. And I say that because I am living it. So I know it's possible. Anyway, I feel like so I feel like if this is two people who already know each other, then there was some type of, you know, untrustworthy energy, let's say. And I feel like this person is having that awareness, and I feel like someone is definitely both sides, but I feel like One side is like really concentrating on like my responsibility within, you know, maybe the things that have fallen out of my life that I really didn't want to. Maybe I thought I did, but now I'm realizing, but I have to know my responsibility in that. And I feel like, you know, they figure it out. And then I feel like the Empress is helping, like helping to illuminate. Alright, and then we have the Page of Swords. Well, that could definitely represent communication. You know, and I kind of feel like if it's communication coming in, and if this is talking about a relationship that once was, I do feel like I'm coming in as a page because I'm a little uncertain of the response. That's Sam cutting the grass. You know, I was going to wait till he was done, but we have a lot of grass. And I just felt like I wanted to do your reading now. So, anyway. Now, I also feel for some, like, this, I may not even know who this person is in this lifetime. You know who they are. You know who their soul is. You just don't, maybe haven't met them in this lifetime. And I feel like these two people come together. Man, they're meant to be together. But I do feel like very similar experiences. Alright. Make sure my deck's in the upright, first of all. Alright, well, we have the Five of Cups, but it's in reverse, and my deck's in the upright. Five of Cups in the upright talks about, you know, it's where my focus is at. And it's on, my focus is on what I've lost. Two people may just miss each other, or there may be this longing, and maybe you don't even know why. It's in reverse, and I feel like it's a 5. So 5 is about change. So, you know, and I also got to be careful in this energy that I don't get lost in the woe's me, because we do have the 4 of Cups, and now we have the 5 of Cups. But it is in reverse. And I don't know, I say it every time. Like, I feel like when this person moves out of that energy, and you may have every reason to, like, be in, like, it's emotional. You know, it feels like emotional loss type energy. However, when this person, their focus changes, well, there's 2 cups. There's 2 cups. Whether these cups are already formed in this lifetime or they're about to be. Again, I'm like, I love that the Empress and Emperor is here. Even though I do feel like for a few, this Empress could definitely represent someone who feels overbearing. But maybe this is all the things that this person's being aware of. Becoming aware of, right? My own actions. Well, hello, Emperor. Coming over the 4 of Cups. And then look at this, we have the 4 of Wands. This is interesting because I'm feeling it in 2 different ways. Four of Wands is a marriage card, the commitment card. And I feel like that must be why I felt the Emperor, like, over here for some, like, and I keep saying overbearing, but I do kind of feel that. And maybe even a little untrustworthy. Or was. And maybe they were married, but I definitely felt there's a commitment. Or maybe that's what I was waiting for. However, I say that, but in the same breath, I feel like this 5 of Cups is very important that we take note of that. Because it is speaking about a soulmate energy that has yet to be found. Or, I shouldn't say that. I mean, that may be true for some. Dang it. I'm trying to think, should I pause the video? I don't want to. Like, I really start to get into your readings. You know, I try to put myself, like, in them. So, I hate to interrupt the flow. That's why I don't even put ads in my readings, even though I make, like I don't even know how I'm going to continue to stay on YouTube, because, you know, I don't know. Something's going on with YouTube, and I don't know. I don't even know why I said that. Alright, we're going to keep going. We have the Two of Pentacles coming over this King. And then look at this. Not only is the Hangman in the awakened state, but then produces the Magician. So this is manifesting. This is definitely someone manifesting. And I feel like they're pretty clear on who and what. Again, if I haven't met you, I want it in my life. This is someone who, because remember, we're doing love, so this is someone who would want, maybe someone, you know, that can, you know, commit to me 100%. You know, it can be the energy of the trickster, but he's in the upright. So I feel like more than anything, the Magician, you know, the Magician is the Fool's teacher. It's the first teacher that the Fool meets along the journey. I'm going to pause you. That's loud. I'll pause you. Okay, the lawnmower stopped. I have a feeling a weed whacker is going to follow. So I want to continue while we have a little quiet. So anyway, the Magician is the Fool's first teacher. And it reminds the Fool that, you know, to be successful on this next journey, because that's what it's talking about, the next journey, you know, you have everything that you need to be successful within, or to overcome any challenges. You know, clarity of mind. Here's that Queen again. I think this King is trying to manifest her. Or the Emperor is trying to manifest the Empress. We have Justice. Interesting. Someone could have been married, committed, and probably ended. Card of Libra. Now, it doesn't have to just mean that. You know, this person also may have, how do I say this? This person might have also had to make a decision of whether to stay with someone or to go. This is truly, though, about balance. You know, and I feel like balancing the scales. Card of Libra. Why am I going over here? I got to go over here. Even though I do feel it over here, too. I now definitely feel like this Empress had to cut ties. You know, almost like I had that realization that, listen, if I don't do something different, my life's going to stay the same. And I'm not happy where my life is at. Well, Knight of Pentacles, love that. You know, first of all, this is spiritual guidance. And it's interesting it's coming behind the Fool. Because I feel like this Knight has always been there. Just kind of waiting. Right? This Knight is a lesson in patience. Like, I come at the right time. It's telling us the right time is when we enter the Fool's energy. We let the past be the past. Take the wisdom, the experience, but not the pain, not the hurt. sadness. And I know it's easier said than done, and I feel like that's why we keep seeing these 9s, because it does take time, but sooner or later, 9 is final judgment. Anyway, we're going to hold Knight of Pentacles. I often feel like this is guardian angel energy, and I feel like once this Knight does show up, he shows up often. It's not like a one-time deal. This Knight's bringing in a pentacle, and for some it can certainly relate to the creativity within you, but I also feel like it's talking about something that's coming into your physical world. I have a feeling it's this person. In due time. But the right time. It's interesting because this Knight is actually looking back at the wheel more than the Fool. So I feel like a destined time. Like I have to add that into it. And then beautiful, the Chariot. Well, we're in the year of the Chariot. 2023 is represented by the Chariot in the Tarot. Right over the Fool. New beginning. Card Cancer, first of all. But this is about unlimited potential. Within yourself, first and foremost. I feel like the Empress knows that if I don't take care of me, how can I take care of another? If I don't love myself, how can I love another? How can I let another love me? So I've learned not, it's almost like if you think back at some of your old relationships, like I can say this where I almost expected bad things to happen before they did, and then they did. You know what I mean? And now I'm here in a relationship where, like, I just feel like I have zero worry. Like, I can 100% just let go, be me, be free, love each other, unencumbered. It's unlimited. This Empress feels like she's on the move. She's on the move. I almost feel like the Hermit is illuminating again this King. And it may be the Empress, and, it could be an actual, like, conversation, or it can just be something that, like, I don't know, like, I know what I know that I know. Knight of Wands. Fast-moving energy. Another Knight. And the Knight is falling on this side, so this Knight's being sent in. It's interesting. That can talk about spirituality. Like, spiritually, this person starts to feel, first of all, the reflection over, like, I feel like over here, like, I feel like I probably was the Seven of Swords. I might have been in that type of energy, and I had to have that realization because someone definitely had to look at their life, take a deep dive, and I feel like when they do, they come out the other side. And that would definitely make energy start to move. And how interesting that the Chariot over the Fool now produces the Knight of Wands. This is desirable action, or energy. It's fast moving. Again, we're not talking about any old love. We're talking about soulmate love or a twin flame. So we know each other's souls. Well, and if we don't know each other yet, we're going to figure that out very quickly. So this may be, what I often say, don't do a fast-moving relationship. But I feel like sometimes you just know what you know. All right, let's keep going. I like that the Knight of Pentacles is moving this person out of the Seven of Swords. Well, I shouldn't say moving. I feel like because this person is no longer accepting the Seven of Swords, then the Knight. Like, why would I? We have the Five of Swords over the Seven of Swords. So, 5, change. 5 of Swords, toxicity. Can be people around me. Can be me. Can be all I've ever known. You know, it's interesting. I feel like someone's almost being forced to realize their part, like, within their life. Look at that. And then the Hierophant. Wow. I'm saying wow because I really feel like this person, again, whether you know them or not, has come a long way. Not that this person also hasn't. But I feel like this person feels like I feel like they're already, like, pretty spiritual. Understanding spiritual energy, or let's put it another way, you know, I'm realizing that I'm a spiritual being having a human condition. That allows me to take my power back. I feel like this person is just like understanding that, you know, maybe I lived in the dark for a while, but now I gotta start moving into the light. They want to. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Independent energy, number 1. Another 9. This is about success, though. This is about, this can be successful self-employment. It's how interesting that I feel like this person, their creative part of themselves, like, was stifled and now is coming alive. And then I feel the same thing over here. You know, it's like I had to clean up my life so that I could have, like, the true success that I want to have. Some, it could be business ownership. Could even be partnership. But it is success, and the Hierophant right there under it. You know, it's, you got, like, this person has to believe that they can. And therefore they do. Some of you, I feel like this could be like 9 years. And 9 years is a cycle. And the Fool is representing the next cycle. Alright, I'm not ready to end because we still have quiet outside. So, I feel like a card just flipped. And it did. Look at that, the Four of Swords. I'm going right in between now. Four of Swords, healing. Healing the past pain, the past hurt, the past dishonesty, whatever it was. Ooh, look at that card just came out of my hand. Look at that, the Ten of Swords. You know, someone's realized that they have been in a repeat pattern. Like, I expected someone to do better, but they didn't. Why? Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they didn't know how. You know, it's interesting because I felt like this person over here, when I said the Five of Swords is here, I felt toxicity, right? That's what it means. But I felt like, in a way, like this person, that may have been all that they've ever known. But again, they're having an awakening, an awareness over all this, over their life. Because I feel like they want more, they want better. Here comes that weed whacker. Dang it. So, Ten of Swords, what I just have to realize is that potentially it was a repeat pattern. Look at this, the Two of Wands. Coming over the King with the Two of Pentacles above it. Two of Pentacles, I feel like, yes, I'm trying to make a decision, right? There's this path. And they call it the Juggler's card. But I also feel like it really speaks about using my logical mind in deciding. You know, I feel like this person is definitely manifesting something, and they're manifesting it from the light. And then the Two of Wands is definitely a yes, a movement into it. we have the king again. Alright, so, you know, we know this King of Wands is the one that's having an awakening. Again, can be fire, but it doesn't even have to be. It can just, again, like this king would be the perfect king following the Two of Wands, right? Because movement, yes. And then look at this, the Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy, guys. What I think about, I bring about. This side is trying to manifest, and they're going to do it. Dang it. Not dang it that they're going to do it. Dang it, he stirred that weed eater. It's like a rhythm to it. I'm hoping he goes to the back of the yard. Anyways, Eight of Wands. I also feel like this person, maybe the Emperor or the King, let's just say, I feel like when they put their mind to something, maybe in their pentacles, they develop it, like it comes to life. Okay, I'm going to pause you. Sorry. Okay. What I wanted to do now is just literally connect them. We have the Empress. Interesting, she's in reverse. You know, she wasn't 100% in reverse, but she kind of is in reverse. Whoa. And that could talk about, like, you know, her needing clarity. I'm saying her, can be him. But, you know, needing, like, real clarity. Maybe I needed to know that someone, you know, when I say carried like energy that I couldn't trust, like I can't live that way anymore, I won't live that way anymore. So maybe this person, if this is who they're interested in, they're going to have to convince them in some way. Interesting. Okay, they all came in reverse, so I feel like I want to turn them all around again. I know it may sound confusing for some, but don't even worry about it, because I still feel that. But the Empress is what's connecting these two. Temperance, love it. Divine timing. Just like the Knight of Pentacles, the right time. But when the Knight comes in, like this pentacle that the Knight brings is something that takes root, something that, you know, can last way, like, long after I'm gone. Can talk about something you're creating. Maybe eventually this is like you guys collaborate together. I do call them my power couple. Divine timing. Why, Temperance? Why? Why? Because I want to make sure that each cup is balanced. Right? I need to feed both cups. Six of Wands. Victory. Victory. Movement. Strength card. Leo. But I definitely felt the energy of needing to find inner balance. Again, I feel like if I don't have inner balance, then how can I expect it outwardly? And then, interesting, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, she truly is in reverse now. I feel like, first of all, it could speak of growth, because we do have the Hermit up here. We have the Hierophant over here. This could speak about, like, this, on this side, their growth, their own growth. Like, we know this person over here is having, like, this awakening, spiritual awakening, like my life, my responsibility within my life, what I want and what I don't want. Like, I'm looking for, you know, my authentic life, maybe my authentic partner. And, you know, the energy feels the same over here. Just different, similar circumstances. And that's why, for some, I have to tie it together. But anyways, I feel like for some, this could speak about the growth. Alright, I want to look at this Queen. I want to take a card over it. See why she's in reverse. You know, this could talk about someone who lived in their head a lot. And, you know, living in your head can produce false thoughts. And those false thoughts can then somehow become our beliefs, right? Like we can believe our own thoughts. And we have to remember, we control, right? If that thought doesn't feel right, like, what? Swipe. I was going to say swipe left. I don't know. Anyways, look at this. We have the 9 of Cups. So, you know, 9 of Cups is inner harmony. 9 of Cups, you know, we have 2 9s, and it can talk about 2 people becoming independent. First of all, of themselves. I definitely feel that this queen, I feel like she's the Empress. Because I feel like with this 9 coming somewhat in reverse, like, you know, I'm not really, I can't use the word joy. Alright, anything else I want to look at? I think instead of looking at anything, because we have divine timing here, right? We have Temperance. Card of Sagittarius, by the way. I don't think I said that. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Wheel. You know, we have like such strong energy. The Empress and the Emperor. I just want to, let's just say, any final messages. The High Priestess. You know, this is the second energy that the Fool meets along the path. And the High Priestess teaches the Fool that I am your GPS. Your intuition is your GPS. Keeper of all the secrets. We have the 3 of Swords. Okay, why? We have the Sun. Beautiful. And then we have Judgment. Okay, well, what is Judgment's message? It's calling you to the present moment. Because there is the potential of change in your life. Now, do you have to accept it? You do. But the Sun puts illumination over it. You know what I mean? It's almost like I just know the way to go. Like the Sun points the direction. Judgment also is about a rebirth. Talk about a relationship that's coming to a rebirth. I think that 3 of Swords, the heartache, there's illumination over that. There's understanding over that. All of that. But double Leo right there, by the way. I just want to know a little bit more. We have the 3 of Cups, as does this person. We have the 10 of Cups. Wow. We have the 4 of Cups. And then we have the 2 of Swords. How interesting, because I feel like Judgment, right, is like blowing its trumpet. And it's looking at this 4 of Cups and then the 2 of Swords. Discontentment and boredom. Blocking or not wanting to face something. This person is receiving a cup. And I do feel like it's from the hand of God. You know, we have the Hierophant here. This is a higher type love. And this is the type of reading I wanted to do. I'm not asking about any old person. I want to know about your soul's desire. Even if you don't know that yet. Because sometimes you don't, it's not until you meet that it's like your souls become ignited. And, you know, you can say, I don't believe that. Well, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. You know what I mean? Anyway. So I feel like Judgment's saying, you know, here comes this cup. But ultimately, it is your decision, or their decision, whose ever decision. And then the Two of Swords comes out. Well, this person has the Two of Swords. So I do feel like, it's almost like the trumpet is blowing off that eye mask, blindfold. And that's why this person, which very seldom happens in the Four of Cups, is looking up to the Four of Cups. I see it. Can I trust it? Well, the Sun says, we're going to illuminate. And I feel like that's probably, I was talking about my relationship now, like, where I can just be me. Three of Cups moves into the 10 of Cups. I feel like, yes, there was probably previous heartache, whether it had been together or separately. And I feel like we've all gone through that. But not getting lost in it. And sometimes temperance, divine energy, and I don't necessarily feel this is the case, but I do feel like sometimes the universe is waiting on us, right? We have free will. Like, we can reflect upon things, or we can wear blindfolds, right? We can walk through a challenge, or we can pretend it's not happening. 10 of Swords over here, it feels like, I do feel like someone gave everything over here. But it just kept resulting in the same type of energy. Alright. Let's read, let's read Jesus. Alright. Mother Mary sends you this card because you have a close and personal relationship with her son Jesus. They both hear and lovingly answer your prayers. Jesus offers healing support to you, the Four of Swords, and your loved ones, as well as helping you have faith in God's miracles of love. This card also is a reminder that Jesus loves you and everyone on this planet, regardless of faith. He's a wonderful role model of forgiveness, integrity, and love that you can emulate in your current situation. Okay, I'm going to read Be Strong because it's following that. This card counsels you to take swift and firm action towards resolving your present situation. Mother Mary avows that you are stronger than you think you are. You can also call upon the wellspring of God's strength to lift you up. It's funny because I felt like that's what this person was, being lifted up. Do not wallow in any feelings of victimhood or passivity. That is the Five of Cups in reverse. Use your God-given strength now. This card may also be asking you to engage in physical activity to develop your strong, healthy body. If you've been thinking about working out with weights, then this card is additional validation that it's time to exercise. I feel like that was for me, that last part, but some of you also. Anyways, we have a lot of cards on the table, but I feel like it told a story, and I know not everyone's going to stick it out to the end, and I feel like it's a shame, because I feel like, you're getting a part of the story, but you're already gone, so you can't hear me. Anyway, I would love to hear your comments. Let me know how this relates to you. Again, the Empress and the Emperor in the same reading. The 10 of Cups is here. Temperance, divine timing. Your guardian angel energy, like, I do have to take off all blindfolds. Four Swords, healing. Healing what? Well, first of all, the Three of Swords. True healing over that. And then the Fourth Sword is my own making, right? It's my own self. And sometimes it's healing myself, but also it's healing the parts, maybe parts I don't care about myself, you know, like that I know maybe I do get in my head too much. Anyway, beautiful healing. And then the sun comes out. Sun's a new day, brand new day. Judgment's calling you to the present moment. You know, I don't think this is something, you know, I can't tell you it's going to happen like in this month, but I feel like a lot of you are going to connect within this year. And who knows, like, your life may begin to look completely different than you ever expected. Don't deny that, because I've lived it. I know it's true. I've done so many readings, personal readings, where I've seen transformation. You know what I mean? Like, expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. Expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. I love you guys. Can't wait to read your comments. I thank you in every way that you help my channel. By the way, I'm going to do a special on readings. I think I'm going to take them down to 111, and I'm going to do that for 7 days. I'm going to make a community post on that. But yeah, and you won't have to wait too long, because I'm caught up, which like rarely ever happens. So yeah, I'm going to bring, and these readings are usually, I mean, they're long readings, you know, they're very in depth. They're an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes. Some have been longer. You know, I feel like they are what they need to be. Very seldom are they shorter than that. Like, very, very, like, I don't even know if there are any. So anyways, I'm going to run that promotion, because I know many are having a difficult time. I myself financially am having a difficult time, but I do feel it's temporary. I do feel it's temporary. So sometimes it just means we need to make a change. I don't know. Anyway, I thank you. I love you guys. I definitely want to hear how this resonates with you. If it sounds like someone else that you know, share it with them. I get comments all the time, or emails from someone and be like, you know, so-and-so shared, and like, I was blown away. This reading is blowing me away. So I hope it blows you away too, in the best of ways. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. I may do this as a premiere, a live premiere. So if I do, then I'll see you there. But if you can't make it, then I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.